Hi friends and welcome to Loot from 50 Orikalka, the Rex Matriarch that uses melee and is weak to magic. Just before we start this video, it would be really cool if you could comment down below saying spoon-fed at 5:30, that would be really cool. Anyway, I'm going to just crack on with the video. Now, I decided that I was going to kill Orikalka on this. That wasn't what I intentionally went for, but as you'll see in the background videos, one of my main methods of discovering new bosses is to just go in, record it, and just see what happens. I oftentimes actually know every single time I die, as you'll see on here. But the point is that I record it and then I look back on the footage to see exactly what it was that the bosses did. In RuneScape nowadays, bosses generally speaking have a series of basic attacks they'll use, followed by a special attack. And I just wanted to see what the pattern was with these bosses. Now, running into the middle of them all and just getting them all to attack me was pretty stupid, but I could see what was going on. And after a few attempts at that, I decided to focus on Orikalka. Now, the reason for that is because I figured out pretty early on that you could actually run Orikalka and not take damage, or at least minimize your damage. And that was actually how I got my first kill, as you'll see, was just running into one side of, or sorry, rather running her from one side of the western wall to the other side. Doing so didn't get the aggravation of the other bosses in the arena, so it's kind of like when you're fighting Dagonoth Rex and you sort of stay at that bottom area and they can't get you. Now, there was in fact a safe spot, which has been patched now, and I used it once just to see what it was about. I was told that it wasn't bug abuse, so that's fine. And it basically just, it stopped the boss from actually being able to hit you with its special attacks, which was obviously overpowered, and it made the boss very easy. So I opted out of that and figured I would stand still, but I stood away from the safe spot, which was right next to the obstacle that you jump over to get in. And it's actually not that bad. Now, these kills that I was getting, for about 30 of the kills here, were not efficient at all. It was me just stood in the same position with a load of portents of restoration on me, and I was basically just AFKing it. I'd get hit with its special attack that freezes you and sets your abilities really slow. I can't remember the name. Frostbite, that's the one. You know, I'd get hit with that and it would take a lot of time to kill, but I was in lectures at university and stuff, so it was kind of alright. And if I did die from the special attack that it does, where it essentially just spam hits you with melee, it was not really a big deal, because at the moment deaths are free with the bossing week, or whatever it's called, the combat week. Death doesn't charge for death, so that was pretty cool. And it just meant that I could AFK it for a bit, and then once lectures finished, I decided to try walking it again. Now, instead of the normal walking, I decided to use Entangle, because these bosses can actually be stunned and entangled. So I figured, right, well, I'll start entangling him. I'll do the running around the western wall as I was doing before, but entangling would just give me a break from having to constantly click and spam abilities. It would mean that I could entangle it for 20 seconds or so, spam out a load of abilities, and then just walk a bit away and entangle. And I did go through probably around 600-700 nature runes in total doing this, just because, as you can see, my gear is not very good. I'm on my Iron Man account, and unfortunately the best staff I've got is a chaotic staff, and the best armor I've got is subjugation, so I obviously wasn't going to be getting particularly great hits. My accuracy was pretty garbage as well, but yeah, that's what I opted for. Anyway, as you'll see, I got quite lucky early on, and on kill number 28 I got myself a Savage Spear Tip, which was really cool, and I was really glad, because a lot of people in the world were getting the boss pet, and my brother as well managed to get himself the Berserker, the Heart of the Berserker, quite early on, so I was a little bit jealous of that, so getting that was quite nice. And yeah, the drops, generally speaking, were quite modest. There was nothing that I got that was particularly useful for an Iron Man account, which was a shame. I was hoping to get some items that were going to be useful, stuff that was a bit of a pain to get, but a lot of it was just alkables, really, which I guess, like, I'll take it, you know, money's money, and I could definitely do with it. Now, when making the log, which you'll see at the end of this video, I unfortunately wasn't able to pick up every single hide, or rather I was able to pick up every single dinosaur hide that it dropped. It's just I alked them often for loot space, but I made a note of every single one that dropped so that I wouldn't have an inaccurate log at the end. Since they drop 4 to 6 every kill and they alk for 5k a pop, that's 20 to 30k a kill, which is pretty significant really when it adds up to 50 kills. So I decided to just, at the end of this video where you'll see the entire that we made, I've just made a separate note about the amount of those and how much they come to. But anyway, at kill number 40, I managed to get myself a Heart of the Berserker as well, which I was really happy about. I don't know what the drop rates are of these. I don't know if that's considered good or if I've gotten very lucky there. So I'm guessing I've gotten lucky because getting 2 drops in 50 kills on any boss is particularly impressive, with perhaps like maybe a Raxi not being the case, or you know, the really top tier bosses not being the case. But yeah, so on screen you're going to be able to see just a quick log of everything that I got, and I'm going to show the footage in a second to show everything I got, throw it into a price checker, and unfortunately because I'm on my Iron Man it goes by the alk value. But what I'm going to do is just throw up on there what the current Grand Exchange price of all of those drops, with the exception of the 2 uniques, just because the prices are just base at the moment. They've not fluctuated or had time to fluctuate, and I don't want them to, you know, I don't want to put in and say that one drop's worth 35 mil and it actually isn't, because it's just going to skew the amount that you can expect to earn an hour here or in a certain amount of kills. But anyway, yeah, I managed to get myself a total of 38 Dragon Stones, 28 of the Sharp Rune Salvages, 36 of the Blunt Mediums, 44 Grimy Toadflax, 16 Arbok Seeds, 83k coins, which was a weird drop, just 83k coins on its own, 20 Inert Adrenaline Crystals, 99 Watermelon Seeds, 20 Super Strength 3s, and 98 Onyx Bolt Tips, along with the 2 uniques that I got, and 344 damaged dinosaur hides in total. Now on screen I'm going to show the price checker of that with the price of everything there, and just to show you. So in total, with the 2 uniques out of the equation, I made 6,991,000 coins approximately in 48 kills, which comes out at 145k per kill, which is, I mean, not too bad. It was taking me a while to get kills. It's probably like 3 or 4 minutes a kill just because of my gear. My brother, who on his Iron Man somehow has the Inquisitor staff, which is just ridiculous. He was like in 2-minute territory, which is a lot better for this boss. So, you know, 145k per kill isn't terrible. It's not brilliant, but I guess this is considered to be not quite top tier bossing, obviously. So I guess it's not bad. You can't really complain. Yeah, that's kind of all I've really got going there. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know down below if you think I got spoon-fed, because I probably did. I will be looking into the other bosses. I have actually looked into the other ones. I've just wanted to focus this boss, this video, on this one of the 3 Matriarchs, just because it was one that I killed the most, I got the most information on, and I don't want to give out any false knowledge on the other ones until I've really understood them. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed, please make sure you like and subscribe, hit the notification button if you want to see more, so you're alerted for all of the new videos, and I will see you guys later. Take care.